Hello again, it's Jimmy here already. So I have here a Vauxhall Movano or a Renault Master. It's a 2015, is it? 2065. So yeah, let's get inside and have a look at what's going on. We've got engine management light reports and loss of power. Okay, so if we get inside, look at the dashboard here. We have engine management light and a spanner symbol through the car there. So let's have a look at what's going on. Okay, so I've just been given this unit from Topdon. They've asked me to have a look over it, so we'll use it on this video and see what it can do. It's a mid-range diagnostic tool. I'll put a link in the description where you can get it from as well. So here it is. Let's have a look. Okay, so if we plug this in, we'll go through it. Okay, so it needs to do a quick update, so we'll get that done first. The tool is called the Artidiag 500 there from Topdon. Okay, so now I'm inside the vehicle. We'll run a diagnostic here. This looks like it's the main one, so it's going to be very similar to the launch units that I use. Same sort of system, European, and we are looking for, I think I'm going to choose a Renault for this, because even though it's an Opel or Vauxhall badge, it is really a Renault vehicle. So let's search it as a Renault Master. I think it's going to be a lot better for me to do that. Enter VIN manually, tap read, see if you can get the VIN. Yeah, there we go. And confirm. Do an auto scan. Let's press go. Got a couple of faults there popping up, and it looks like we're finished here. So injection fault is what we want to look at. Read the DTCs. Particle filter clogged and inlet manifold pressure sensor circuit. Let's have a look at that. No. Let's just go back and go to data stream, all signals. Now we need to look for the manifold pressure. We've got a little search bar there. Let's search MANE manifold pressure. Let's just click all of those. Right, so we've got 1041 millibars. Let's give the engine a rev. So we've got one moving and one is not moving. We don't have the voltage on here, so we'll have to get under the bonnet and have a look at the manifold pressure sensor. Now the customer did give me some codes before we came, so I did come prepared. I've got a sensor here just in case we need it. Okay, so looking under here, I can see it's had a little bit of a bodge repair on this pipe. Have another little look around, see if there's anything else obvious I can see. Oil there. Might have to do a smoke test on this as well. But the manifold pressure sensor is just over there, and it is covered in oil, so that could be part of the issue. Okay, so here's the readings that we have with the engine off. What I'm going to do is unplug one of the sensors, the sensor that I'm looking at, and see if any of these numbers change. Okay, so just down here, we're popping out the plug, and we want to see now if we got oil in here. Let me get the torch on. So we do look a little bit of wet, but I don't think it's wet enough to cause an issue. I can't really see inside the sensor down there because it's difficult to reach. There it is. I think what I'm going to do is pull the sensor out and see what we can see if we can have a better look at it. And now the sensor's out, let's get back inside and have a look at the data that's on our diagnostic machine here. So that hasn't changed at all there. So there is a little gap here that we can get an 8mm socket down into. little crack open and wind it out. Now, if you've got big fingers like myself, you're going to need to use a little pick tool like that to get it out. Looking at the sensor itself, I can see inside it looks a bit sooty, but it doesn't look like it's got any damage. Inside the pins, they are dry. A little bit of wet down the bottom there, but there's no wet on the actual pins themselves. Now, speaking with the customer, they said this had a split on it, but they've done this temporary repair, so that oil leak has now been fixed. So I think if we just clean up the area a little bit and test the sensor, test the plug, and we'll go from there. Okay, so testing the wires, we have voltage. So we have 4.98 volts there on that pin. Middle pin there, we have continuity on the earth. Okay, so we know all of the wires are working. What we'll do now is just plug in this new Bosch sensor, and we'll go back in and check the pressures that are on the sensor in there. So this one had 1013, which I think is a little bit off, because the top one is showing atmospheric pressure at 1045 millibars. So now this new sensor should give us the same reading. Let's get inside. There we go. That is matching now, so that should work better. So now that we've confirmed that sensor is working okay, we'll just get it fitted back down there where it was. We'll just tuck those bits of wires back in place there. Now we'll get back inside, start the engine up. Now if we look at these readings on here with the live data, give the engine a rev, you see movement on both, and we weren't getting that before, so now that sensor has done the job there. Okay, now that we're done with the sensor on there, we're going to go back to we'll go back in, and we need to go and search for the DPF now, see how blocked this DPF is, and then we can get that cleaned out. So we're looking at differential pressure, should be particle filter differential pressure 65 millibars, which is a lot. So I'm sure if you can see that, there you go. That is a very blocked up DPF. I'm going to hold the engine at 3000 RPM. So we have about 320. Alright, so we're going to now get this DPF cleaned out. So now I've got these three items here. This is what we're looking at here: the temperature of the DPF, the soot that's in the particle filter, and the pressure. So now we're going to clean the DPF. Okay, I'm going to use a compressor with this pressurized gun and this fluid from Launch UK. Okay, now I'm under the van here. We've got the holes connected to the DPF here. And now, once we've got the fluid in there, give it a squeeze. Okay, so that pipe there just blew off, but now we've got it all put back in properly, because what it is we've got 130 psi of pressure going in there, so the pipe will blow off every now and then. Get back inside and hold the revs at around about 3000 RPM. Now we're going to have a lot of smoke. Try and hold these revs. It's difficult to get the revs to stay in one position, but we're near enough there, near enough 3000 RPM. And if we look at the pressure now, we've come down to 60 millibars, and we can see there the soot is dropping, the grams of soot. Now this is not a force regen I'm doing, I'm just holding the revs with the cleaning fluid in there. You can see there the temperature is at 180 degrees. Now those numbers are dropping nicely. Smoke is cleared away there. Now we're just going to hold the revs a little bit longer till that soot comes down under 6 grams. And that's it really, we'll be almost just about finished now. So what I am going to do on this as well is, I know someone else has done multiple forced regens trying to fix this problem, so What I'm going to do now that I've cleaned it, I'm going to change the engine oil, and I won't put that in the video. It's just a basic engine oil change. We'll get that done. Yeah, what the hell, I'll include a little bit of it. So this is a Renault, and that means it's going to take me about a half an hour to fill this oil up, because it will overflow if you put it in quickly. It's like they forgot to put an oil cap on these, and then decided to say, oh, you know what, let's put a tube on it so you can fill it from there. Then the oil goes down the dipstick hole, and you can't get an accurate reading on the oil level that you've put in, because oil is now all up the dipstick everywhere. Even when you wipe it, it goes back on. Okay, now back to the tool. We can go in, clear these DTCs that we've got. Okay, we're going to do that. Codes are now cleared, and you can see on this as well we have options for special functions, oil dilution. What else have we got here? No trouble codes, no, that's weird. Special function, erase other configurations. Let's see what else we have. Let's go back, confirm, hot functions. Let's see what hot functions we have for this. Oil resets, battery monitor. We don't have DPF on here, anything to do with the DPF or catalyst system. Okay, so we're just about done. So that's it, it's all finished, and I make the way home, and I'll see you on the next video.